Hollowgate Cemetery, on the edge of Chicago, lay dark and silent. What could one expect at such an hour? The whisper of wind through leaves, the distant moan of a train, perhaps the shadow-swift run of a fox. But that night, in row C, grave 12A, an unmarked one, a soft light suddenly bloomed. No floodlight, no candle, more like a pale glow born from within the earth itself. The cemetery had no electricity, the storm had cut the lines, and there was a witness, the longtime caretaker, Ethan Rowan. With his flashlight in hand, Rowan bent over the soil. No wires, no lamps. The earth was damp. The rain had only just ceased. The light was not flickering, not restless. It didn't dance in the wind, nor sting the eye. It simply stayed, waiting. It lasted a minute, then faded. Rowan checked his watch and wrote it down. 2:17 to 2:18, row C, 12A, no name. The next night, same hour, same glow. And the third night as well. Soon, a new whisper moved through the town. There's a light in the pauper's grave. By the following week, the Iron Gate at Hollowgate was seeing visitors, curious onlookers. Some said phosphorescent fungus, some methane gas, others phone prank. Among the curious was Chicago Gazette reporter Maya Reed. That evening, over tea in the caretaker's hut, Rowan showed her both his logbook and the story in the calluses of his hands. "I've been here 28 years, Rowan said. "Never once have I seen light come from the ground like that. It's not a torch, not fire. It's as if someone's face was lit." "Who's in 12A?" Maya asked. "No one with a name. Records say, unknown female, winter intake, found last winter near Westbrook Bridge during the storm. No ID, no one came forward. A short prayer at St. Mary's, burial here. Not even a headstone, just a small numbered peg." Maya took notes, then contacted Imam Yusuf Hale of Noor Mosque and Father Colin of St. Mary's. "Let's keep watch one night," she suggested. "Whatever this is, let's see it together." The imam murmured, "The grave is one of two states for a person, a garden or a pit. Deeds can be light, they say. Let's see what God shows us." Father Colin nodded. "In our faith, too, light is the language of grace. Let's observe, but not judge beforehand." That night the watchers were few. Rowan, Maya, Liam Carter, paramedic from Station 4, Imam Yusuf, and Father Colin. The electricity was still out. At 2:14, the wind stilled. At 2:17, beneath C12A, it was as if a vein of milk-white fire ignited, casting a gentle radiance onto the surface. No one spoke. That 1 minute felt like witnessing a life's ledger open for a single glowing line, then close again. Liam knelt and sniffed the soil. Damp earth, wet grass, nothing else. Maya tried to film it with her phone, but the footage turned black. Lens fogged, she guessed, yet it hadn't. The screen was normal, only that spot refused to be captured. Rowan shone his flashlight at the glow. The light became calmer, then went out. "It could be natural," Liam said. "Phosphorescent fungus, foxfire, or a gas release from rotting roots. Possible," said the imam. "But everything has a cause. Sometimes understanding the cause doesn't make the result smaller." Father Colin prayed, "Lord, have mercy on this soul, whose name we do not know." "Amin," said the imam. Liam bowed his head. Maya closed her notebook. And there, over 12A, the prayers of two faiths rose into the same sky. The next morning, Maya went down into the archives of the St. Mary's Soup Kitchen. In the winter donation ledger, she saw a repeating note. Left at night, no note, same handwriting on envelope. Every Thursday night, someone had left cash for soup supplies. No name, but every envelope bore the same tiny mother-of-pearl sticker, an olive branch. Maya knew she had seen it before. In Riverside's rain jar story, one envelope had held the same sticker, either the same person she thought or the same intention. Mrs. Patel, a longtime volunteer, found Maya among the shelves. "You're asking," she smiled, "about the envelopes left at night. We used to call that person the night angel. Nobody knew who it was. Even on the coldest nights, the door would seem to knock with a breeze, and in the morning there'd be an envelope. When did it stop? Last winter, during the Great Storm. They said a woman was pulled from under Westbrook Bridge. The next week, no envelope came. Maya's throat tightened. C12A? Mrs. Patel lowered her gaze. Perhaps. Maya shared her findings with Imam Yusuf and Father Colin. The Imam reflected. They say a person's deeds can render them visible or invisible in light. Father Colin added, We say the lamp burns in the heart. Liam suggested, Let me set up a sensor kit, air, camera, microphone, no disturbance to the site. If the light appears, we'll capture data. Rowan didn't object. But please, don't touch the soil. Sometimes respect comes before knowledge. That night, they set the equipment 2 meters from 12A. No cables into the ground, no digging. At 2:17, the light came again. The camera went blind. The microphone caught a very low hum, wind-like, though the air was still. The air sensor showed no temperature change. After a minute, everything returned to baseline. Sometimes what can't be measured, said Father Colin, points beyond the measure. Or we just couldn't measure it, Liam admitted. But here's one fact. Same time, same length, same spot. Like an invitation, said the Imam. But to whom? The next day, Noor Mosque and St. Mary's issued a joint notice. Night of prayer for the unclaimed. Hollowgate Cemetery, Friday night. No names, only, for the God who knows the names of the nameless. By dusk the rain had cleared. The air was cold but clear. Torches in hand, prayers on lips, questions in hearts. What is this light telling us? As the crowd grew, Rowan pulled Maya aside. There's something I've told no one. The first night the light came, I saw someone far off. Long coat, dark shawl, walking silently among the graves. They stopped at 12A, placed a hand on their heart, and vanished. My eyes are old, but they don't lie. Could have been a vision, Maya said gently. Maybe. But sometimes witness is written more in the heart than in the eyes. 2:17. Prayers fell into hush. From beneath 12A, the light rose, like a string of pearls, brighter than before. It lasted longer. 2 minutes. 3. People knelt. No phones were lifted. No one spoke. Only prayers rose. Arabic, English, Turkish, Romanian. Whatever the tongue, the meaning was the same. Remember the forgotten. Imam Yusuf said softly, A hadith tells us, a person's deeds are their companion in the grave. We do not debate the narration here. We look to the mercy. Let us take this light as the language of mercy. Father Colin lifted his hands. Lord, you know the name of the unknown. Teach us only to give thanks. Rowan wiped his eyes. Liam felt a warmth in his chest, immeasurable, undeniable. At the 4th minute, the light slowly dimmed. A faint shimmer lingered, then withdrew. The crowd dispersed in silence, but the story did not end. The next week, in the soup kitchen basement, Maya found an old box of unclaimed items, a jingling keychain, a slate gray shawl, a small notebook. On the first page, a single sentence. Forget my name, remember my intent. On the next, addresses, Riverside, Mill Park, Abbey Road. Beside each, brief notes. Leave milk at door. Place bread on steps. Fewer scarves in bazaar. In later pages, a numbered chart like a cemetery register. C12A, winter. This, Maya pressed the notebook to her chest, could be hers. Father Colin received it gently. Some books belong not in a library, but in a heart. The imam asked, "Is it more important to know to whom this belongs, or to know what it is?" "This is the record of a life of secret charity. So 12A could be the one who left the envelopes," Liam said. "No ID, but this is her identity." "No name still," Maya said. "Perhaps it should stay that way." In Friday's sermon, Imam Yusuf spoke plainly. A city rests upon unseen kindnesses. If a light shines in a grave, it is not saying, "Look at me," but "You too, light something." On Sunday, Father Colin echoed in his homily, "Don't hide the lamp under a basket, light it and share it." 2 calls, 1 echo, lanterns of mercy. Strangely, after that, the miracle light at 12A grew rarer. Some nights, it didn't appear at all. Maya asked, "Has the miracle ended?" Rowan smiled. "Perhaps it's found its place." The imam said, "When people act, no display is needed." Father Colin added, "It's not about striking a match, it's about kindling the heart." That summer, between the courtyards of Noor Mosque and St. Mary's, a small notebook began to circulate, the anonymous prayer book. People wrote a single line. "Met a mother reunited with her lost son. I gave thanks. Returned a wallet I found. Didn't give my name. Left milk on a neighbor's steps. Didn't knock. The first page always remained. Forget my name. Remember my intent." Liam sometimes stopped by the cemetery after shifts. Passing 12A, his chest would ache lightly and expand, a thing unmeasurable, but believed. Some truths don't fit into data, he told himself, but they fit into life. Rowan hung a small sign on the hut wall. "Witnessing is not about seeing, it's about standing beside what's right." Beneath it, in shaky letters, "There was no electricity, there was a witness." Maya published her article. For the final line, she chose words meant to land in the reader's heart. Perhaps the light didn't burn in 12A, perhaps it burned in us. Either way, the town has a new custom, to remember the nameless by their deeds. It was quietly shared. In the comments, people spoke not of names, but of intent. Months later, one night, as the moon rose slow over Hollowgate, a shadow appeared beside 12A. Rowan saw from afar, a dark shawl, narrow shoulders. The shadow bent to the ground, placed a hand on its heart, and dissolved into the wind. Rowan did not rise. He lit no torch, called no name. He only whispered for his own ears. "You came. I know." That night no light appeared. Perhaps there was no longer a need. Because along Hollowgate's path, children's chalk-drawn olive branches shone in the sun. In the gate's offering box lay a slip of paper in fine handwriting. "O God, forget not the nameless, and make us not among the forgotten." And the town learned to live in gratitude to one without a name, to seek when the power fails, not first a torch, but the heart, to look on a gravestone, not for a name, but for the deed. Everyone now knew, light does not always descend from the sky. Sometimes it rises from the ground, and sometimes from within a person. At Hollowgate's gate, a new plaque swayed in the wind. "The light of the nameless is the duty of the witness."